Hi there, friend. Erin Chase here, and welcome to this week's episode of the Dinner Made Easy Show, where I help give you ideas, meal planning tips, tricks, hacks, and just ideas that are going to end up on your meal plan in the near future. And I'm featuring a recipe that we just put up onto the blog in the last week or so. Super excited to share this. We love grilled cheese meals around here. If you're like us, hit the heart a whole bunch of times. I'm going to teach you how to make this grilled cheese. Thanks for the love, my friends. It really helps out, lets other people know who like $5 dinners that we are on live and that they need to come and watch. Here's what I want you to tell me before I get started with this recipe and showing you how to do this and giving you grilled cheese hacks. Let me know your favorite, like, things to put in a grilled cheese besides cheese. Okay, so if you're going to dress up your grilled cheese, which is essentially what we're doing here, but still in an affordable way, let me know how you like to dress up your grilled cheese. One thing I like to do is add just bacon and cheese, and then like a little homemade honey mustard, equal parts mustard and honey. And then I'll spread that on the inside of the bread. And then you have a little cheese, a little bacon, a little honey mustard, magical. We're going to just jump right in. This is, okay, if I'm going to say this the Texas girl way, this is a caprese. 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 That's not how you say it in Italian, friends. Caprese. Okay, let me transport myself to Italy. Of course, what I'm talking about, caprice. Some people say caprice. It's caprese. Caprese. I mean, you can say it however you like. What we're after here is basil, mozzarella, and tomatoes. And those are the things that we're going to be adding to our sandwich here. And I'm giving it a little extra boost of flavor with some pesto. All right, so that gives you the precursor of what we're doing here. So this is grilled cheese, such an easy weeknight meal. I cereal happens. It happens for dinner during the week. It just does. There's nothing wrong with that. But this is probably my okay, before we get to cereal desperation, we're going to have grilled cheese before we get to that. Because we generally have some cheese around. We generally have butter. We generally have bread. So I'm just doing this is the bread that my husband likes. It's a little bit of the whole wheat. The boys are a little bit more, you know, whole wheat, white whole wheat, whatever. Okay, so what we're going to do is outside of the bread with already softened butter. Okay, and then so I'm going to flip these upside down. If I have the bread bag right here and I'm using all the bread, I'll just use the bread bag so I don't get butter all over the counter. Or you can set it on like a plate. I'm just going to set it right here. Okay, so the outside is the butter, right? Because that's obviously what's going to go down on the griddle. Okay, while I'm doing this and showing you this, tell me your favorite grilled cheese. Or are you just like traditional, like American cheese and bread, like super traditional? This is just an easy, fun way to dress it up with lots of yummy flavors. Easy, quick lunch. I'm just going to do 2 sandwiches just for the sake of time, even though I set out more bread than that. Actually, I'll probably have my boys come down and make their own when I'm finished here. Okay, so with this on the insides, what could you spread on the inside of the bread, right? So if I was just making like regular old grilled cheese with like American cheese, I'd probably just add more butter. I know that mayonnaise or Miracle Whip is often a common like spread on the inside ingredient for grilled cheeses because it gives it a little extra bit of tang. But what we're going to do is a little dollop of pesto. Doesn't take much. We already are going to do fresh basil too, but we're just after a little bit of a richer flavor. Doesn't that look fabulous? Hit me up with some hearts if you think that looks fabulous. Okay, so I'm just going to use the back of the spoon and spread that out. Any pesto will do, whether you make it homemade, from your garden. I've done that here and there over the years, or if you just get a jar. I feel like pesto is one of those things that lasts a long while, unless you're doing like a pesto pasta, and then you're going to use the whole jar at once. Okay. So if you're just joining us, we're making a caprese grilled cheese. All the flavors of a traditional caprese salad. Caprese. If I was in Italy, that's how I would say it. But because I'm from South Texas, I give it a little Texas twang. Okay. So let's slice the tomatoes really quickly. I'm probably only going to need one for the sake of this video, but I might end up doing two. I'll probably be able to get a fairly thin slice. You can see how thin that is, right? Like that's pretty thin because we don't want the heat to have to penetrate through the tomatoes as well. We want, oops, I'm doing this in the wrong order. We want the cheese to melt. So what I'm going to end up doing is adding these three layers from now. Cheese, tomato, basil, more cheese. I want the cheese on the top and the bottom in order for the cheese to kind of melt and essentially surround the tomatoes and the basil. Okay, this is probably enough little slices. We'll see here. And I'm just going to use a shredded mozzarella. That's just easier. It's actually cheaper. You could, if you wanted to get, or if you always have like a big ball of mozzarella, you could just thinly slice off or almost like shave um, some mozzarella off of a mozzarella ball. But I'm going to just use the thick slice mozzarella and just give it a good coating. Even, we want an even layer, just like that. I'm just going to do the bottoms and then I'll do the tops here in a second. Because we're going to, again, like I said, we're going to do 2 layers of cheese to basically surround this. So if you're just joining, we're making a caprese. That's my Texas twang girl way of pronouncing it. I know the Italian way. If you say caprese, I'm going to say you're saying it wrong. That's the only thing I'll say about that. I feel like I've heard people order caprese or like, I don't know. Okay. So we're just going to do tomatoes like this. You know what? I might even I want an even layer. So I think what I'm going to do is kind of cut one in half to make it fully covered. That looks nice, yeah? Okay. And then probably this guy here can go like that. I will just eat those later, those tomato slices. Any extra can become just a little salad. Okay, so now the basil, I'm just going to use these large leaves, but I don't want to like take a bite of the grilled cheese and then like the whole piece of basil come out in one bite, right? So I'm going to just give these just a little bit of, I'm turning just for the sake of not having to move things there. And then I'm just going to, again, place a single layer, but now they're in pieces. So if you take a bite out of the corner, then you don't get a whole fistful, mouthful. Okay. So there's that. And then the last, like I said, we're going to do another layer of cheese. So we have the pesto, the shredded mozzarella cheese, or if you wanted to slice off of a large mozzarella ball, you could do that. But the shredded mozzarella cheese, it's just more affordable. And something that you would probably use in lots of other dishes, unless you're always cooking with a mozzarella ball, then totally do that. Okay. Last, a little bit more cheese, and then we'll put those breads on top. And let me plug in my griddle. It's right here off camera. Hang on, so it starts to get hot. So we can actually do these live. I don't always get to show you like the finished moment. All right, so I've got my griddle. I'm using my electric griddle because it's easier for me to show you here on live. I probably would do these in a skillet over medium-high heat. Okay. So that one's done. My butter's stuck. I knew it. Look at that buttery mess I left behind. I'm gonna have to re-butter here. A piece of wax paper would be good for that. My kids are sneaking in around here looking for snacks. I'm like, guys, I'm cooking dinner. What's happening? I really laid that butter on thick, didn't I? It's gonna make it, oops, hello, cheese, Erin. You never know what's gonna happen live. I can blame my kiddo for running in, distracting me. Okay. There we go. So now these guys are ready. So let me do a quick shifteroo. You should be able to see. Hang on, I'll get those light flares off in a sec. Ooh, whoop-de-doo. Hey, there it is. Okay. Sorry, bear with me. Hey, how about that? Looking good there. Okay. So once this warms up, this is an electric griddle. I'll do probably about 310 to 325 is what I typically grill things at, whether that's like pancakes or what you call it, grilled cheese, bacon. That's a different story. All right, I am going to grease this even though it's fairly well greased, and now I can see that it's ready because of that good smoke right there. And we're just going to transfer these two Caprese grilled cheeses. If you're just joining in, like, why am I staring at a griddle? I don't think that was hot enough. I thought it was. I'm going to get a little of this butter. Oh, there's my sizzle. A little bit higher. And that's that. That's how we do grilled cheese for dinner. So I love doing them on the griddle like this too, because then you can get like however many done at once. 6 at a time. I don't think I can fit 8 on here. All right, now the last thing with grilled cheese, and I taught this over and over and over in my WisKid class back a while back, and it's such a good little saying, and it just works really well, especially for the young kids. Of course, you can say it yourself. You can do yourself a little dance if you want to. But when we are going to go to flip this in maybe another minute from now, we are going to press, flip it, and press it again. And the reason I like to do that with a thicker grilled cheese like this, that's got all those layers, we need both sides of the cheese to melt, and we need the cheese to almost even like connect from the top and the bottom. And so that's how we're going to press, and then we're going to flip and then press again, and then let that other side melt down a little bit. And then we have that perfectly grilled cheese sandwich. So tell me your favorite grilled cheese. Is it just straight up plain grilled cheese? Is it, I shared earlier that I like to do bacon strips with some cheese and like a honey mustard, that salty with the honey mustard flavor. The saltiness from the bacon and the honey mustard is so delicious and fabulous. Another one of my favorite grilled cheeses is caramelized onions. It takes a little bit longer, but it's so worth the extra couple of minutes. You could even do it on a griddle like this. You would basically thinly slice. Oh, I didn't do my thing. So we want to press to get that sizzle. Ooh, yum. Look at beautiful. That looks darker than in the camera than it actually is, I promise. So press, flip, press, just to get that sandwich to melt together and to get all those cheeses to combine. I can smell the pesto now. It smells amazing. Okay, Linda's hooking it up. Oh, that sounds delicious. So I'm assuming you're gonna spread the sweet hot mustard on the insides of the bread and then use pepper jack cheese. That sounds amazing. How many slices of pepper jack cheese, Linda? Sounds fabulous, actually. Oh, so yummy. See, look at this little melted cheese over here. I'm gonna have to have a bite of that when we're done. And that's that. That's how grilled cheese. You guys, it's so easy. It's so fast. How long have we been on here? 13 minutes? 3 minutes of me telling you what we're doing, and then 10 minutes to cook dinner. So fast. I love it. So grilled cheeses are a fantastical way to do dinner on a busy weeknight. They're super easy, and I just wanted to share this new flavor combination with you. I'm going to put these back over here on the cutting board and just give you the idea to try something a little bit more, let's say, flary. You could call these Caprese grilled cheeses a little bit more, is flourish the right word? Okay, now sourdough, 2 slices of pepper jack cheese. I mean, if I didn't have this beautiful sandwich right in front of me, I'd go run and make that right now. Linda, that sounds amazing. Okay, so if I should cut it this way, hit the like button. If I should cut it this way, hit the heart button. Which way do you cut it is basically what I'm trying to ask you. Do you cut crosswise or do you cut down the middle? I guess I could show you a little bit more clearly like this. Crosswise is the thumbs up. Thumbs up if I should slice it like this. I'm about to take a big old bite of this, my friends. You got to tell me how to slice it. Thumbs up if you slice it this way. Heart if you slice it this way. The camera angle makes it look funny. Okay, so far it's thumbs up. So thumbs up for this way, like crossways to make the triangles. The triangle way, should we call it that? Or this way to make rectangles. What do you think? Hearts for the rectangles, thumbs up for the, okay, Kenya, Linda, thumbs up. You can hit the little reaction button too. This way, this way. This is a fun little game. It's like choose your own adventure. You guys are telling me we should do that with like just cooking one night. We should like go through the pantry and be like, what should Erin cook tonight? Let's see what kind of random thing we can pull together out the pantry. That sounds like a kind of fun adventure, right? Like those choose your own adventure books. Huh, maybe. All right, so the verdict is this way. Somebody hit me up with a bunch of hearts if I should do it the other way before it's too late. You know what? This makes me think of like toddlers. Like toddlers, you know, you've made them a little turkey sandwich or a little peanut butter and jelly. Oh my gosh, this is almost unanimous. Okay. So one day you cut it this way, and then the next day you cut it this way. So then the next day you cut it this way again, and they get super mad because you didn't cut it this way. Doesn't that sound like a toddler move? Okay. All right, enough about that. Look at how magical. I know it's hard to see, but look at all those beautiful flavors together. You can sort of see the pesto trying to sneak out, but it's really melted in with the cheese there. So delicious, so easy. Ingredients that are still super affordable. You're sneaking a little veggies in there. You get that beautiful pop of flavor from that sweet basil and then the creaminess from the mozzarella. And of course, that pairs so perfectly with those tomatoes. All right, friends, thank you for playing the fun which way to cut it idea. Yeah, and Linda, that's a great way to close it. So spreading whatever flavor of condiment you want, whether it's the sweet hot mustard that Linda suggested, or the like a homemade honey mustard, or a dressing like a mayonnaise-based ranch dressing. Any sort of condiment that you could spread. And there's Cody back there with his cone. Poor buddy. Cone comes off in a day or so. Easy way to level up the flavor of any grilled cheese is just by adding a little bit of that condiment to the inside of the bread, and of course having the butter on the outside for when you go to grill it, you get that nice sizzle, that nice golden brown. All right, my friends, the recipe is here on the video. You can click on that, save it, pin it, print it, whatever you do with your recipes, you know where to find it. It's currently at the top of the blog, the $5 Dinners blog. Of course, those kind of move down as we add new recipes and insights there. So go and check it out when you have a minute. And I hope this has been helpful, inspirational, that you learned something new, and that, just trying to make dinner easier for you. I will see you in 2 weeks. I will be away next Thursday, so there will be no Erin Chase Show or Dinner Made Easy Show next week. So I will see you back here Tuesday and Thursday in 2 weeks, my friend. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.